Now the big deal that's happening right now is we're commissioning the HVAC system. In fact, Ron from Readuct is gonna be here any minute to help us commission this first floor unit, which you can't see it here, but if you go up in the attic, you'll see all these Readuct home run tubes that we installed on a previous episode. I gotta tell you, this HVAC closet though looks absolutely fantastic. Full waterproofed floor. I've got an overflow pan in here. The drain's all been hooked up. We had my guys paint the gray on the bottom pass through, and then we painted black a little bit on the other side where you're seeing these grills. So this is an upflow unit. These grills are not in place yet, but we pre-painted that all black. So when that grill goes into place, that'll all look black. Now that unit, if you bend down with me, you can see that unit right there. This unit here, or this side pass-through rather, is just to get enough airflow through into that unit. So this is basically just a closet floor that we elevated. In fact, if we walk over here, you can see it. We've turned it from kind of a mini walk-in closet to actually a reach-in closet now. So that platform under there is just simply an air return into that closet below. And this is just some shelving for games or storage or whatever. Now, when I was here with Mike, my city inspector though, he made a really good point. If this would have been a walk-in closet, this window would have needed to be tempered. It's not tempered, it's not required for a reach-in closet, but had this been a walk-in closet, this would have needed to be tempered. So that's something to think about in the future. And recently I've been thinking about and learning about wildfire resistance, and it's not that much more money to get tempered glass. So on my next project, I might actually look to see what a whole house full of tempered might end up going for. Another thing that Mike, my inspector, cautioned me about that I'll need to fix before my final is we're here in the master, and from the Pella factory, they installed a sash limiter. See this right here? This is intended to make kids not fall out of a second story window. It limits the amount of escape or fall potential here, but this wouldn't meet code for egress, especially if this is a kid's bedroom. A kid may not see this push the red button and open it designation here. So I actually need to remove those sash limiters from the bedroom spaces. But man, these Pellas look amazing. These were pre-finished black, if you remember from earlier. And actually these windows are the only windows in the house that are triple glaze. And this push out casement action on this window fixed here, really good U factor, and these windows look fabulous, don't they? Now outside you can see we've got our two outdoor carrier units side by side here, ready to go. And a couple things I want to make mention on carrier. These units are incredibly quiet. I need to double check. I can't remember if these are 2.5 or 3 ton units, but you know, carrier makes really, really quiet outdoor equipment. And these have compressors that can vary in their output. So these compressors that are running, one's for the first floor, one's for the second floor unit. They can run down to 25% capacity all the way up to 100% capacity. So if we don't have a lot of load, there's not a lot of BTUs of cooling or heating needed, these can run at a lower and more efficient using less electricity speed. It also means that both these units run, I need to double check the specs, but they're in the like 40 to 50 decibel range. So they're very, very quiet on the outside. The other thing I want to mention on these is they're quite efficient even at very cold temperatures. These two units right here that I've got from Carrier, down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit outside, I've got 100% of rated capacity. So if you check the specs and see what the actual heating capacity is, I've got 100% of that heating capacity down to 5 degrees outside. In Texas, for me, that means I don't need heat strips. That saves a lot of money, that saves a lot of electricity. These units, full heating for the house down to 5 degrees, and they can even operate in lower temperatures. They're just not quite as efficient. They're only giving, let's say, 80% of rated capacity as that temperature drops below zero. So excited to see those guys get these fully commissioned. We're running now, and the guys are here working on various equipment. So that's really fun. Now, next thing I wanted to mention is in the garage, we have another Carrier unit. This is a Carrier linear recessed mini split. It's a one-way cassette, so meaning it only blows air this direction. And I really like how that turned out. Instead of the mini split head on the wall, this one basically sinks up in between your joists, or in this case, in between our ceiling trusses. And I really like how that turned out. It looks really nice.